Good morning, folks. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I'm your host, Tiffany Daniels, and we're going back to that horrible world known as the JRC. But before we do, the usual rant. Okay, fucked up neurotypical society. Can we please stop with the false equivalencies? So what am I talking about? Well, this is JD versus AH, obviously. They're trying to equate the situation with the whole Pitt Jolie situation. It's not the same fucking thing, folks. Not even remotely. Okay? Quit with the whole, and you're just gonna side with it because, nah. I don't decide with anybody. Even when it comes to agape and places like that and the JRC, before I act, I ask for receipts. I always ask for receipts. I never come out on one side or the fucking other until I get the deets. You know what I'm saying? In this fucking society, everybody wants to jump on a fucking team. It's ridiculous and it's pathetic. I'm sorry. I hate to be that person. But we've lived in a society where now feelings apparently are more relevant than facts and evidence. It's insane. Okay? It's insane that we have gotten to this point. Forgive me, fall allergies. Stop the nonsense. Quit fucking don't quit with the fucking emotional knee-jerk reacting to goddamn everything. Be patient and wait for evidence. It's not that difficult of a thing to do. Okay? Stop. Quit knee-jerk emotionally reacting to goddamn everything and use your head. Use your head. God, the society makes me sick. It really, really does. This team picking, this willingness to completely ignore anyone outside of Hollywood or politicos who are suffering horrifically. But we have to take the back burner to whatever bullshit team you all want to put to the forefront. It's ridiculous. It's insulting. And mother of God, it makes us look like a goddamn joke. And America is not the only place that does it. Yeah, I'm looking straight at you, UK. Stop it. Just stop. Stop the arguing, stop the backbiting, stop the knee-jerk reactions to every goddamn thing. Stop. Center yourself. Be patient. Wait for facts and evidence. Then you can make a reasonable, objective assessment of the situation. That's all I ask. Now, let's get to the JRC, where we have over 30 fucking years of receipts, shall we? Substantiated claims, witness statements, former staff statements. Just saying. Alright, so in the description box, folks, you're going to see the link to the article that the Judge Rotenberg Educational Center doesn't want you to read. It is written by NeuroClastic, a small non-for-profit started by autistics for autistics, wherein they interviewed and surveyed over 900 ABA professionals in regards to the quote-unquote behavioral modification program at the JRC. Matter of fact, JRC doesn't want you to read this article so much, they have threatened NeuroClastic with a defamation lawsuit if they do not remove it from the website. NeuroClastic has refused. So, you know the drill. Please read that article, read it again, read it a third time, and share it on all your social media. We also have linked NeuroClastic's public statement regards to the defamation lawsuit threat, as well as a link to their GoFundMe. We are crowdfunding in case the JRC has the balls to see through with their threats. Also linked in, we have all the links we have gone through thus far in regards to the Agape boarding school situation. Agape Boarding School is a Christian-themed boarding school based out of Stockton, Missouri that takes out so-called troubled male teens that has, and pending as of right now, over 21 lawsuits and allegations substantiated by DSS that include physical abuse, sexual abuse, starvation, and just recently added child trafficking. We've had one former staff arrested by the FBI. We've had another, a doctor with substantiated claims, multiple cases of sodomy and sexual abuse against the students there, who, at last I heard, is still living on the fucking premises and has currently basically staring down prison time. My state has been a complete clown circus. Our Attorney General Eric Schmidt has made a mockery of all of us by fumbling this case so spectacularly he might as well have been the Chiefs back in the 90s. During playoff season. Yes, it's been that bad. Yes, as a Chiefs fan, I say this, and I fully mean it. It was just bad. Bad. I don't like to think of those years. Just saying. But anyways, you get my point. Please read those links. Share them on all your social media. We also have linked the change.org Shut Agape Boarding School Down petition. Please also sign and share everywhere, okay? We also got the pertinent links to the Stop the Shocks campaign, including, as mentioned, Autistic Hoya's massive archive on the subject, also known as over 3 decades of receipts. We also have the templates and the ever-present self-explanatory change.org Shut the Judge Rotenberg Center Down petition. Also, for what we are reading and all the bullshit lines that they're saying about their programs, I do highly recommend that you also go to the Autistic Hoya's archive, read Jennifer Masumba's statements through her blog, look at her behavioral sheet. These fuckers are lying out their ass, and we've got receipts. So please, go see those receipts. Fuck you, JRC. Alright? Now, folks, when we discuss the JRC, you're going to hear vivid descriptions of and catch clips of surveillance footage of people with disabilities being tortured and abused, and gaslighting that makes people like Elaine blush. If you got young children present, please use your headphones. Also, this channel is called Not for Kids for a reason. We use profanity and we talk about dark subjects on this channel. If your child is 16 and under, parental supervision is very obviously advised. It is 8:12 a.m. in the morning, folks, and I'm already pissed. So if I stumble over my words, apologies in advance, alright? I'm sorry. It pisses me off 6 way to Sunday to watch this world knee-jerk react to goddamn everything and nobody using any kind of critical thought or patience or logic. We're just gonna emotionally react to everything like we're a bunch of fucking animals instead of human beings. Quit emotionally reacting to everything I hate to be the one to break it to you, but no, we live in a world where you can't just trust everyone's fucking word. Review the facts as they come out. Do not make a decision. Do not choose a side. Do not choose a team until you have all the evidence and facts of a case. It's not hard. Sorry, that's always going to bother me. It's always going to bother me. This is why I'm antisocial, folks. This is why I'm antisocial. Because everyone wants to sit there and say, you have no part or compassion, and yeah. Fuck off, okay? Use your head. Ugh. Treatment program opportunities may in some cases require highly artificial and abnormal stimulus situations that do not necessarily occur in normal situations outside of the JRC. Haven't I read this shit? Or are we just repeating ourselves at this point? Is this more apologia for torturing us because it's Tuesday and you felt like it? You don't need to hammer home that you torture people and you use flimsy, nonsensical fucking arguments to defend yourselves. For example, to teach a student not to play with matches. Okay, yeah, we've gone over this. I don't want to reread it again because, yeah, I'm going to get pissed. Let's move on. Let's go to number 4, shall we? Okay, a verbal instruction. For students who have adequate verbal behavior, we can give them verbal instruction in which we explain the detrimental consequences that may follow from behavior identified for treatment. We also can explain what special added punishments we plan to administer in the future in case he or she engages in the behavior in the future. You sick sons of bitches! You threaten them. You pieces of shit threaten them. This is what they're talking about. Let's read between the lines, shall we? So, if they don't comply, if they announce that a situation is unfair, if they try in any fucking way to defend themselves in a way that they don't like, if they so much look at a teacher fucking cross-eyed because they're saying nonsensical shit, you're then going to explain in detail how you're going to torture that student if they dare do anything other than just accept the abuse. You pieces of fucking human garbage. We cannot explain what special added punishments we administer in the future. You sick sons of bitches. You threaten them. You can sit there on your fucking bullshit and tell me that you're not based on punishment model at all. But you surely use the word a lot, don't you? The truth is, folks, they are built on a punishment model. You're punishing us for existing. How dare we exist? How dare we not act in a manner that you approve of? How dare we not take our punishment for daring to exist and not keep our mouth shut? We're just supposed to take it after all. This is what the JRC thinks we deserve for the crime of existing and making neurotypical people feel uncomfortable. This is one of the things where they try to make it sound reasonable, but they're telling on themselves. You threaten those kids, you torture those kids, you starve those kids, you don't allow them to sleep, you torture them when they run away, you torture them when they do what you want them to do, you torture them when they don't do what you want them to do. These kids cannot fucking win. Cannot fucking win in this place. How in the name of God this program is allowed to run and this school stay open when literally this bullshit has ended up with 6 dead. 6 dead. Gone. Meanwhile, having to endure aversive after adversive after adversive after aversive. Can you imagine the last hours of those kids' lives? Can you even imagine the last hours? Yet somehow they're still open to continue to threaten, torture, starve, sleep deprive, and just treat like general shit all of us who dare to exist while being autistic. And then tell us it's for our own good. It's treatment. This is batshit insanity, folks. They'll sit there and say, but that's not what we're saying. We're telling them that they could hurt themselves or others and that we might have to shock them next time. You don't understand. I don't understand because it seems pretty plain to me. It seems pretty goddamn plain. You will torture these kids for behaviors that in no way threaten you or any goddamn one else. You only call it non-compliance, or you'll put excuses on it and label it some vague thing so that you can torture them because you don't think anybody should exist outside your fucking able, neurotypical fucking bubble. That's it, folks. That's it and that's all. When we say that the world hates disabled people, we're not mincing words here, okay? We're not crybabies. We're not snowflakes. We're not complaining just to complain. This is it right here. This is it. And every single medical model is fucking built around it. Maybe not to the same extreme like at JRC or Agape, but they're all fucking built under the same premise. That we cannot be accepted or loved or integrated into society in any way unless we act like somebody else every goddamn day of our lives. That we cannot be accepted as the disabled, autistic people that we are. No. We have to satisfy these neurotypical fucking bastards and pretend to be like them when we're not. And when we burn out, when we have meltdowns because we just can't fucking take it anymore, they use it to demonize us that much further and plaster our ass all over fucking YouTube without our consent as a further way to vilify us and say this is why we need to cure autism. If you think I got a chip on my shoulder, you're goddamn right I do. You're goddamn right I do. This world has allowed growing and progress for diversity for everyone but us. Everyone but us. Be yourselves. Embrace the culture unless you're autistic. No, you fuckers gotta pretend to be like the rest of us. Well, we're not, and we're never going to be. No matter how well we mask or how long we can keep that mask on, we're never going to be you. And in your attempts to force it, we're not the villains here. You all are. You talk about diversity and change out one side of your mouth, while talking about how we need to conform, and we need to do this, and we need to do that, and we need to stop stimming, and we need to do this and that and this and this. Nah. It's garbage. Are there behaviors within my disability that need to be worked on because they are detrimental and dangerous to myself and others? You're goddamn right there is. Absolutely there is. But why are we trying to force me to be an entirely different person? Why are we trying to force these kids to be entirely different people? Why are we reinforcing and hammering down on fucking kids that they are not acceptable as who they are? Because there's a word for that. It's called psychological abuse of a minor. There are other logical, coherent, and even edifying ways to help deal with behaviors than this nonsensical behavioral nonsense. They have been suggested to these folks throughout the entirety of us going through this insanity. Yet, this world continues to tell us older autistics who've been suggesting these very logical changes to sit down and shut up and take our medicine. No. When we talk, you sit down, you shut up, and you pay attention. And I'm going to close on that note. I'm sorry about the rant, folks. It really gets me. It really gets me. We don't get very many views on this channel, especially on this subject. The few that we do get do tend to get removed from time to time. So please don't forget to hit that like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to hit the comments. I do appreciate your time this morning. And as always, we here at Spilling Tea hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.